Welcome back to my Your Request series. And as you can see, we've actually already done Catherine's request last time with the mermaid. This time, we're gonna go ahead and do the seahorse. And don't forget, if you have a pattern request, drop it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. On a 6-inch wooden dowel, we're gonna attach all 10 cords using a lark's head knot. To tie a lark's head knot, you wanna fold your cord in half, and then with the loop end, you want to place that behind your wooden dowel. Then grab your long tail ends and you want to place that through your loop and then pull taut. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these lark's head knots. Now to read our grid pattern, each square represents a vertical double half hitch knot, and we start at the top left and work our way all the way to the top right. I'm going to be using yarn for our working cords. You can use any brand you like, but I'll leave a link in the description box to my favorite one. Working with a long strand of yarn, I like to work with 60 inches at a time. We're going to create our first vertical double half hitch knot. So to create this knot, you want your short tail end on the left and your long tail end on the right. You form a loop on your right. Then with your long tail end, you want to wrap it around and through the loop. So this is only half of your knot. To complete the other half, all you have to do is repeat the same thing. So make a loop on your right, wrap your tail end around and through the loop, and that will secure your knot. So what's really crucial about these vertical double half hitch knots is that you really want to mimic a square shape, just like your grid. To make sure that your knots are square, all you have to really worry about is having your yarn the correct size. You want your yarn half the diameter of your filler cord. Alright, let's carry on. Once you've reached the end of your first row here, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the second row right at the very end here, and we're going to work back in the opposite direction. So grab the same cord you were working with and you want to bring it over to the other side, and we're going to form a loop on our left this time. Wrap your cord around and through the loop and repeat. So essentially it is the exact same thing we did for the first row, only in reverse. And it can get a little confusing. Just make sure that your yarn and your loop is on the same side of the direction that you are going. So now I've jumped ahead, and as you can see, we need to switch color. Place down your previous working cord and we're going to grab a separate color. To attach it, we're going to do the same thing we did at the very start of this pattern, only we're going in reverse. So to attach it, make sure you're going in the reverse direction. And that means that your long tail end and your loop is going to be on the left hand side this time, not on the right like we did at the very start. Don't forget, this is my Your Request series, so if you have a pattern request, please drop it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Also, make sure you're subscribed because I have a lot more tutorials coming up. I am so excited. And trust me, you really don't want to miss it. So make sure you have the notification bell turned on as well. Okay, so we've attached 2 new colors and now we need to switch back to the golden yellow. To do this, all you have to do is run it behind your white filler cords and make sure it's over top of your previous yellow cords. And whoopsies, I got attacked by my artificial plant here. Had that have been a real plant, I probably would have been in danger. Anyways, carrying on with our yellow yarn, we're gonna go ahead and tie our vertical double half hitch knots just the same as before. Just make sure you're not pulling it too taut underneath the back, otherwise your work might pucker. And yes, we're gonna run our green cord all the way underneath as well. I find that running it is actually less wasteful than attaching a new piece. Okay, so we're going to work our way down our grid pattern, zigzagging all the way down, and I like to highlight each row that I've completed. Once you've reached the very bottom, admire your work because that was 580 vertical double half hitch knots. Seriously, I did count that. Okay, so flip over your work and it's time to clean up the mess on the back. Grab any 2 cords that are close together and you're going to tie it off with a double overhand knot. Then grabbing your scissors, you just want to snip off the excess. And once you've tied off all your loose ends, you want to flip over your work. And I decided to finish the bottom a little bit differently. To create a really sharp straight line, I like to use masking tape and snip along the edge. That also makes it really easy for cleanup. Then I brushed it out so that the fringe is nice and fluffy. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.